Welcome back to That's Life with John Carver. This is episode number 378. I'm calling this episode Numb to the Fear. Fear is a dark shadow. Really dark sometimes. Swollen with confidence and really waiting to bounce on the timid and to make the simple seem impossible. Fear is an emotion partly based on the imagination and assumption that all will go wrong in that what we're trying to accomplish in our lives. Lao Tzu wrote, quote, "There is no illusion greater than fear." Again, there is no illusion greater than fear. Fear keeps millions of people living a life that is far less than their capacity. Decades ago, I was terrified, and I do mean terrified, to speak in front of a group of people. As a result of some events, I forced myself to create a weekly habit of speaking in front of people. Years later, that expanded into cable television programs, thanks to my friend Paul, that were shared in 1.7 million homes each week. I unplugged my fear and became numb to it. Again, I unplugged my fear and became numb to it. In September 2023, our first grandson, Draven, began all-day pre-kindergarten. They call it pre-K where we live. I've been anxious and fearful for months as the time approached for his first experience in an all-day school environment. There were many nights I couldn't sleep, and the stress and the anxiety was through the roof. Draven is a very active and, unless he's watching television, doesn't sit still very long. To my relief, as of mid-September 2023, Draven is doing very well in school. My anxiety and fear was based on what I thought would happen. You see, when fear is amplified by past struggles or by manipulation, it becomes more difficult to overcome. Remember the saying, what fear stands for, F-E-A-R? False evidence appearing real. Again, false evidence appearing real. Fear can be unplugged but it's really not always easy for some people because fear is a bully. Think about that. Fear is a bully. The challenge with fear is that most people choose not to overcome its source or power. May I repeat again? Most people don't understand that fear is really able to be overcome, but the source and the power supply is many times evasive. Fear is an emotion that can be overridden by purposeful and consistent forward momentum. Again, I know I'm repeating a lot, but this is pretty important. Fear is an emotion that can be overridden by purposeful and consistent forward momentum. This is done in part by creating daily systems or habits in your life that are non-negotiable. These habits or systems can force action when fear attempts to stop you from moving forward. Once I leaned into some of my fears, I became numb to the fears. Because again, I leaned into them. I didn't run from them. Television personality Jeff Conway asked Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson what he believes makes an effective entrepreneur in 2023. The Rock responded, quote, "Taking risk and having the guts to take risk." Now, of course, you want to take measured risk and smart risk. You want to surround yourself with the right people. I think, he says, a greater willingness to rip yourself open, rip the face off of something, and really go for it, unquote. You see, you don't have to know it all to make a huge impact on society. I thought that once upon a time. I thought I had to have everything aligned perfectly and know everything about what I was trying to do in order to have a big impact. That is not true at all. In the Finnish language, there's a word called sisu. I may be saying that wrong. It's spelled S-I-S-U. Author Kyle Maynard defines sisu, or saisu, this way, quote, "It is the mental strength to continue to try even after you feel the limits of your abilities." Again, it is the mental strength to continue to try even after you feel the limits of your abilities, unquote. Pushing yourself consistently past what you think you can achieve separates you from everyone else. The decision and ability to push yourself past the dark shadow of fear will create a life you cannot imagine. And I mean that from experience. I'll say it again. The decision and ability to push yourself past the dark shadow of fear will create a life that you cannot imagine. My name is John Carver. Thanks so much for watching.